Your spirit shines bright. Would you like to try a normally quest? If anyone can handle this, it's you.
All right, let's go.
Let's go!
Ride like the wind! Doing great! Making steady progress. You do what I say now.
Opjo Gaming, what's up?
Bye-bye.
Poggers, this stream is great. I'm pogging. Bruh, I just started. Okay. Very late. Oops. Thoughts on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? And I didn't realize I had one word book. I'm just reading comments. Oh gosh. Yeah, anyone else excited for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet?
Oh, you're gonna pay.
My gosh, that game. I was looking through
What is new?
I was looking at the review by Nintendo Life.
Let's go.
My goodness. See, I thought the game would actually look at least somewhat decent for Game Freak standards. But somehow the game just looks worse than, like, Sword and Shield and Arceus. Like, how can you release a game that runs that poorly? Like, that's what I've seen from it looks unbelievably bad. And for, you know, you own the biggest media franchise in the world, and, you know, like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is gonna sell, you know, like 20-30 million copies. So I don't know if you can really excuse the poor performance anymore. You just can't. They are very low, but somehow Scarlet and Violet's, they like didn't even meet that expectation. Like that's pretty abysmal. Please stream the game tomorrow? Maybe. Just so everyone can see how bad it is.
Watch and learn. How do you like that?
Oops.
I'm gonna get you.
Yep, and there you go.
Trying to get away. Gotta be quick.
Game Freak figured out how to make a good game since in 1999, and then just have been making worse variations of it since. Well, maybe not 19. I mean, like, the DS games were good, right? Up to the DS games. Like even I would say like X, Y, and like Sun and Moon are decent. But somehow they just been making Pokemon games worse than that. Like I enjoyed like Black and White. Oh man. One thing I will give Scarlet and Violet is that it's at least some change to the formula. It seems like it seems more like explory. Like you ride around the weird bike Pokemon, whatever. But if you're gonna make your game, you know, like that, it needs to look good. Interesting. Oops. Whoops. Black and White are good. I don't like X and Y. Sun and Moon were good. I haven't played Sun and Moon. I mean, I thought X and Y were okay. Yeah, I do really like black and white. I know some people wouldn't say that. I feel like there's like a good subset of people who don't like black and white as much. But yeah. Scarlet and Violet's is doomed. Also, some of the Pokemon designs in that game is like horrendous. Like, what happened to making Pokemon designs like organic? Sorry, I'm playing very poorly. Yeah, by the way, I did mean 3:30 p.m. I just noticed that the stream said it's supposed to start at 3:30 a.m. I did that with one of my students. One of my students needed to take a makeup. And I was like, oh yeah, meet me in my office at 11:50 p.m. And I didn't notice it until like the student like didn't show up at 11:50 a.m. like the time I wanted my student to show up. It's like, oh, that's kind of strange. So I checked the message again, and surely enough it said PM, 11:50 p.m. Yeah, I don't know why the scream hitbox, whatever direction that the roar comes from some of these monsters, I don't understand. It's like different for each monster. What's up, RZ? What do I teach? I teach a class called Survey of Calculus. Yeah, that was really embarrassing. That I think that was an artifact of copy and pasting, because you know it does get a little tiring to write the same message over and over again for these students. So I just copy and paste and change what I need. But of course, when you do that, you're gonna make a mistake somewhere. So I don't know if that student actually thought we were supposed to meet at 11:50 p.m. That would be kind of unhinged.
Didn't even break a sweat. All right, let's see what we have.
Anyways, how's everyone doing? Everyone excited for Title Update 3? It's interesting that they are releasing it on Thanksgiving Day. Unfortunately, I won't be streaming it anytime around there because I'll be away. But yeah, we got Risen Kushaladora, Risen Kyostra, Chaotic Gormagala. The Risen Elder Dragons or whatever, but bringing back Chaotic Gormagala. It's sort of unfortunate that they didn't talk about the weapons because that's like the most interesting part. If you don't already know, the Chaotic Gore weapons have decent sharpness and really high raw, but it has negative infinity. However, if you cure yourself from a frenzy virus, that negative infinity turns into a positive affinity, and on top of that adds even more affinity. And on top of that, you also have the benefit or the affinity bonus from healing yourself from frenzy. So you know it just depends on what they do with the affinity of the chaotic gore weapons. So that's going to be interesting to see if they actually implement that, at least to some degree. No, they kind of scuffed the Seregios weapons because in previous games, if you like roll 5 times, you restore like 5 points of sharpness. But obviously that's not part of the Seregios weapons anymore. Instead, you have this skill called like Blade Scale Hone. I think that's what it's called. It doesn't work the same way either. So it's a little unfortunate that they kind of botched the Seregios weapons, but I guess we just have to see. Do I have to run Bloodlust on that weapon though? To activate it, to get that affinity bonus, yes. Or yeah, because right, if you don't have Bloodlust, then the only monsters where chaotic gore weapons would be useful are, of course, the Gormagalas themselves, right? So, Bloodlust was already like pretty good because it was like one armor skill for like 20 affinity most of the time. I'm not a big fan of Bloodlust because I don't think the affinities like it doesn't like last as long that I would like it to. But it's still good. It's like there's like a little bit of me hoping that Bloodlust doesn't become like the meta. Because I just like comfy builds. But it's not like you can still use comfy builds and like destroy monsters. Okay, what am I doing?
It's great to see you. Come again.
Okay, yeah, I'm just going through all these anomaly quests just to like finish them.
I pray that this calamity may soon come to an end.
I should really be doing investigations, but yeah, it's whatever.
May tranquil days return to us shortly.
I also need to update my elemental sword and shields too. Recently, I've just been using the Lunatic Rose, which is a great weapon. It's probably one of the best sword and shields in the game, but yeah, so let's see. I kind of want to make a Thunder Element build real quick, so bear with me for a second. So I actually think this build itself works. Yeah. Should probably curious craft this thing. I'm gonna do that a little bit. This. That's jumping. And we'll just go with Spare Bird's Call. Okay, that's the build. I do want to
Hey, good to see ya.
do this. Okay, what should I sacrifice? Thoughts on Wild Hearts? I feel like it'd be an okay game. It doesn't have like the charm as Monster Hunter to me. It just kind of looks generic. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll probably get it. Just because. But yeah, it just doesn't really like... It doesn't look like too appealing. Oh, I need to add an anomaly slot. And then I don't have those materials yet because I haven't grinded this game enough.
Bye now.
So you run Embolden with all your elemental builds, not one piece of Silver Wrath. So why Silver Wrath? For the what's the skill called? It's like the elemental.
Ooh, I'm itching to get started.
Yeah, well, not crit. Yeah, element exploit maybe. I didn't think about that. I mean, I'm not necessarily running.
I'll put everything Master Hammond taught me to good
I mean,
use.
I don't know what
Bring whatever you need.
like the actual meta is in this game now because I haven't been like following speedruns in a while. I mean, it could be dependent on the monster. It could also be dependent on your luck with Curious Armor Crafting, which Curious Armor Crafting is kind of dumb. I really wish they would have implemented better. Like this one would be pretty. This is a good armor piece if like you got rid of the Constitution and replaced it with like Weakness Exploit, right? Or like Critical Eye. And it, I think it's like something like that's possible. There's like this weird point system with Curious Armor Crafting. Like I'm sure this is worth it if you can get like decent rolls, right? Like you don't need Constitution 3 with Sword and Shield. Like that's ridiculous. You can also take some better slots with this thing. Yeah, but the reason why I'm using, well, the embolden part isn't like necessarily for embolden. It's because the Violet Mitsutsume armor is like pretty powerful. Like I'm also using it for Agitator. Agitator's plus 20 roll and 15% affinity when the monster is enraged, which is usually very trivial. And also, the Violet Mizutsune legs are absurd. At least for Sword and Shield, right? Get Phoenix Exploit 2, Offensive Guard 2, you know, flinch free level 3 for free, and a level 4 slots. That's pretty nuts. Yeah. Yeah, these legs are insane, and it's gonna be very difficult to take off these legs for Sword and Shield because my goodness, this is just absolutely this is an OP armor piece. And honestly, most of Violet Mizutsune armor is like crazy. Like it's almost like dragon level. Um, Not quite dragon level, but it's pretty close. If the chest piece was a little better, then yeah, I would say it would be. But it's still very good. The headpiece is probably the weakest aspect of all this. You know, like you don't really need evade extender to level 3 for anything. Like level 2 evade extender is already like insane how far like your side steps are, your rolls are. Yeah, level 2 is absurd. Level 2 is good enough for evade extender. And you get adrenaline rush, like maybe could be useful in some situations, but I mean it's just there. Honestly, the level of adrenaline rush here is like kind of a bonus. Sometimes I proc it by accident, and it's like, oh cool, plus 10 roll for 30 seconds. But yeah, the reason why I have these three armor pieces on is mainly for comfort. Right, and Bolden's also still good even if we like don't consider like the fact that it increases guard. I also forgot that you get like evade window too with this thing.
Oh, sweet.
Oh no, we got the bots back.
All right, let's go.
Alright, give me 1 second. I should probably say, well, did I do everything I need to do? Sure. I need to replace something. I should probably update these healer builds. What can I replace? Royal Order. I don't know if Raw Sword and Shield's ever going to be useful anymore. put it over here for now. Yeah, but how's it going, everyone? Hopefully you're having a good Thursday. Is anyone getting Pokemon Scarlet Violet tomorrow? Never played that game. See, I was discussing this before with Objo Gaming earlier, but I don't know how Game Freak are making it. They're making these games worse with every iteration somehow. Like, I think Black and White is when the series was sort of at its best. The mainline Pokemon games. But like, when I was watching the the reviews, like, my goodness, like immediately, like when they were showing gameplay, like at the introduction, it just looks so bad. Like Pokemon is like the biggest media franchise in the world, and then but somehow you like poop out a game that looks like that. It's like 20 million people are gonna play that game. Maybe no, not 20 million people. Or yeah, maybe 20 million people will play it. Yeah, because it's yeah. I'm not not mistaken by that. But yeah, it just looks like one of the reviewers says it looks like the worst Switch game he's ever played. And he's not wrong. Like, normally I give like these reviewers like crap for their reviews, but this reviewer is not wrong. It does look really bad. Is it just me, or like, is a normal G-Rank community fight spawn this many bubbles? Okay. Oops. I was too late.
Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Whip.
This.
Let's go for a ride. The end is in sight.
Oops. Forgot I have 3 wire bugs. Is this gonna make it? No. Jutsu is also in a awkward spot too. Yep. Okay, I'm taking hip damage. And I'll just heal this back up. You know, is Bloodlight supposed to be like a bad thing? I think Bloodlight does nothing except like give you health regen. What? I was holding ZL. Huh? Ouch. Uh-oh. Okay, awkward terrain. Oh, hi, Magma Mallow. Let's just chill with this. Okay, you need to... I forgot I have windmill. It's probably a more efficient way to... more efficient way... What am I trying to say? It's a more efficient way to put Magma Mallow in like rideable, in a rideable state. Oops. I can actually equip this shield. There we go. That was really bad. I wish I played Sword and Shield and Iceborne. I could have avoided a lot of pain. I played bow, never... Oh, okay. I'm not paying attention. What? Since when was there a trap there? I played bow, never again. Sword and Shield is made for me. Sword and Shield and Iceborne is very good. I mean, back then it was... Perfect Rush banned, because Perfect Rush was just insane after one of the patches. Yeah, some people didn't really like it. I liked it a lot. Because Sword and Shield can be like OP for once. This time I got it. But that's too far. I'm playing poorly. What am I doing? Yeah, I meant to back up. We'll just heal it back up.
No more holding back. This is the end of the line for you.
Okay, unfortunate paralysis.
I'm gonna get you.
How much health do these anomaly monsters have? My goodness. Ouch. That's too far again? I usually don't mess up Mizutsune that bad. Like, Mizutsune should be one of the easiest Metsus when it comes to its roar.
Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Weapon.
Oops. Ooh. Wait. Okay. I'm dying.
Quest complete. All right, let's see what we have.
Start my next game with Sword and Shield as my crutch and try to learn either Glaive or Charge Blade. Adding companions who do those quests will help a lot. Oh, it will. Oh, I should grab that fellow crow. Certainly better than some randos. Not to be toxic, but that is sometimes true. Although, how much damage do followers do? So I hear they don't do like any damage. And if they don't do any damage, then I feel like the best weapon here. You can analyze it together.
Oh, hey! Bye-bye!
I have faith that you will fulfill your duty.
Okay.
Support service coming right up.
Okay. So the question is, who are the best companions or the best followers to bring to a quest? I would say, I mean, this is something I heard from like a while ago, back in like July when I was streaming. So apparently none of these people do any significant damage. Like even though their builds look okay, but they're not. They're really kind of not. I would say. Like, I would say like your best followers are Hinoa and Hinoa, Minato, and Utsushi. And the reason is because they can play Hunting Horde. And if they're not going to do damage anyways, they still will buff you with Hunting Horn songs, right? So I think this is probably what you want to do. I mean, if they just give you free buffs, then like you're just hoping yourself. You probably do more damage this way than, you know, bring Luchika, which like I think Luchika just like dies all the time. Yeah, and what's even better is like I think their songs they all have different songs. From what I remember playing Hino and Utsushi, I think they have different songs. Like it's like really hard to tell what songs they have because you just can't like look at them. But again, this is assuming that what I heard is these followers don't do any damage. But like, you still get the Hunting Horn buffs from them. I mean, this is just my speculation, just a conjecture. Obviously, this one needs some testing. But I'd say Hinoa, Utsushi are really good. I think Gallius is alright as well, because Gallius, I think, will try to buff you with like demon powder and stuff. So that also works. I think Fiorane only uses like life powder or whatever. I think Luchika's just bad because she always dies. I don't know how good Arlo is. Yeah, don't know how good Arlo is. For some reason has like at least 3 levels of muck resistance, which is weird. I feel like Jay's not gonna be that great. See, I don't remember what their behaviors are. But as far as like, you know, my conjecture is that your best followers are Hunting Horns. Because Hunting Horns are sort of support weapons. Well, the 10 Hunting Horn mains out there probably don't like the word supports with Hunting Horns, but at least for followers, it's probably your best idea. Minato also has diversion, so, you know, it'll probably be a little bit more of a distraction. So you can survive better. Imagine building for latent power. At least latent power is like better in this game. Yeah, Hunting Horns are nice. I kinda wanna play Hunting Horn again, but like I can't find like a good Hunting Horn to use. Like any build with Hunting Horn is just not comfortable. And that's mainly because a switch skill swapping, and I just really don't like switch skill swapping.
Why, hello. Anomaly quests can be found here.
Diablos is weak to ice. Oops, that's not what I wanted to click on. What would you say is the best general ice sword and shield?
Let's get you fixed up then, shall we?
If you had to pick one ice sword and shield in this game, what would it be? Let's see. Okay, Permafrost Edge?
Bring on the hard stuff.
Lunagarin?
Nothing I can't forge. Seeing my customers smile is the main reason I've been banging away at the smithing stuff for so long.
Barioth? Probably not Barioth. The main reason is because the level 1 rampage slot kinda sucks. Gas Harag is more like a raw weapon. But I really don't like negative affinity anymore. Having as much crit as possible is really good. And then Banahabra. Oh, and then Kushala. Yeah, Permafrost Edge has insane ice. It's kind of unfortunate it doesn't have any. The slots aren't that great. I mean, I guess you can slot in like an ice attack. Well, yeah, I take that back. The slots are actually decent. I'd rather have a level 2 at least, but
I'll be here when
that
you
is
need
a
me.
decent sword and shield. However, I'm too lazy and I'm just gonna switch to this. Let's see. Do I want to use guard sword and shield or not? Let's have some fun. High rampage slots that you can Kushala perk to increase affinity with each hit. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Oh, are you talking about the permafrost weapon? It has a level 3. Yeah, you can definitely do that. I used to use the Kushala the Kushala's rampage decoration. Yeah, it does help to get that affinity. Yeah, but I don't want to waste too much time making builds.
Go.
At least in a live stream like this, where I just want to casually hunt. I don't need to like destroy these afflicted monsters in like 2 minutes.
Touchdown.
Uh, I forgot I had a dog. Every time I play with randoms, I always bring the cat. Just because there's like some more benefit with the cat.
Let's go.
Yeah, I collected enough. Oops. Select off the kunai. Guard Solar Shield is awesome, by the way. It is possible to do Guard Sword and Shield. What? It is possible to do Guard Sword and Shield now with Embolden. And honestly, it's a very refreshing playstyle. And it's like also pretty good, like casually, if you just want to like turtle. Hit back step. I mean, it's still like really good. You can still do like decent damage with a Guard Sword and Shield build like this, just because the Violet Mizutsude armor is really good. That's the wrong move. Oh my gosh. Nice. Trying to flick Fire Blight here before I go for the mounted finisher. Actually, I think this would have done Fire Blight anyways. Whatever. Why aren't you picking these up? Oh, nice paralysis. Snipes from like 50 yards away. Very good timing on the paralysis. Dog too. Thanks. There we go.
This is the end of the line.
Whoops. That's not great. That's not great positioning either, but I'll take the offensive guard prop. Oh. Nice bomb. Right, you're leaving. Cats are fabulous, that's all I use. Once you open all camps, dogs are useless to me, healing and fighter cats. That's all we need. Yep. Yeah, and it's actually dogs could be nerfed now because they mentioned that in the second update they mentioned that they were going to make changes to they're gonna make changes to like the behavior of the dogs when they have like the ranged focus and whatever. So dogs can potentially get nerfed.
Let's go.
You could have cat superiority now. I should sharpen. My second favorite style is Sleep, Sword and Shield. I do a lot of solo hunts with Sleep. What weapon do you use for Sleep? I feel like the only... Oh, there are only 3 Sleep, Sword and Shields. I'm curious which one's the best. I hate that hitbox, it lasts too long, in my opinion. That's a larger hitbox than I thought. That's a larger hitbox than I thought. I'm just gonna die. I'm not gonna heal through this. Never mind. Alive. Okay. We're out. Bad positioning. Nice paralysis. Oops. There are like 2 of them. Not the baggy one. The other one. I'm pretty sure there are 3 of them, right? Am I crazy? There's the the Antique Machina, or whatever it's called. And then there's the like Sleeping Nightmare or something like that. It's like the weird, like, sea creature looking one. Hold on, I gotta read. I gotta focus up here. Can't read the rest of the comment yet. Another paralysis? Yeah, Sleeping Nightmare. Yeah, I'd probably pick that one or Baggy. Because, I mean, the Antique Machina Sword and Shield. The problem is that there's no slots.
Don't let him get away!
And that's like that's a pretty big issue if your weapon has no slots these days.
Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Whip!
I shouldn't perfect rush. When the monster's KO'd, it should just full DPS.
The end is in sight!
Something happened. I'm stuck. Ouch. I don't know what's happening. Watch this kunai kill. Oh. I thought it'd be pretty close. It was pretty close.
Feels good!
How do we keep Embolden on all the time? I'm pretty sure Embolden activates when the monster attacks you, right? When a monster targets you, it activates? Is that how it works? Well, I guess you can't get a good description here, but I thought Embolden worked like all the time when you're solo, because the monster should almost always be attacking you. Sometimes they attack like your Palicos and Palamutes, but for the most parts, monsters should almost always be attacking you. And I think Embolden lasts for like 10 seconds or something like that. Now in multiplayer, it gets a little bit tricky because, you know, you could have these long periods where the monster doesn't really attack you. And so, right, you just lose 5 points of guard when you don't have Embolden 3 up. And so, Guard, Sword, and Shield isn't, like, I guess, too effective in multiplayer, but it is a fun playstyle, at least in solo. My cats get their attention. Yeah, sometimes monsters can go into very long periods where they just attack your palico or whatever. I don't know why. It'd just be like really bad luck.
Why, hello. I pray that this calamity may soon come to an end. If anyone can handle this,
Oh, sweet. All right, let's go.
Level 4 regular guard in addition to embolden, so it's not a total wash. I lose it from time to time. Yeah, you shouldn't have level 4 guard. I mean, if you're gonna have level 4 and you can't get to level 5, you might as well have level 3. Because level 2 and level 4 guard is like kind of a waste because it doesn't actually increase your like the guard capabilities. If that makes any sense.
let's go.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, this is why, you know, when you refer to like the equivalent, like guard with embolden, embolden 1 is like having guard 1, embolden 2 is like having guard 3, and embolden 3 is like guard 5. Two level 4 guard decos. I don't think level 4 guard decorations exist. I think it's level 3 guard decorations. Or maybe I'm just remembering that wrong. Athlos took a lot of stun. Bloated health, bloated values. Hey, you know what's a good idea? We should just take the same monsters, right? And give them like 1 million HP. Ouch. Well, that's not good. That's legal. That's not good. That's not good. That's an opportunity for Metsu Chorikeki right there. Oh, why am I sharpening? Oh, just perfect. Nice. Okay. Awkward. Just back into this corner. Gosh, stop doing that. Oh, I messed that up. Nice. Didn't mean to do that at all. How many fireballs? Okay, it's too close. Leaving? Yep.
Don't let him get away!
Just realized I'm a mod.
Gotta be quick!
Yeah, nice job, Alberto Gaming. Yeah, I gave you mod just as an experiment, but I'm probably just gonna keep it. Because why not? You can always use a moderator. Just don't abuse it. I shouldn't have grabbed that. That was a little awkward. Is this spider gonna be in a rideable state or not? Or are you just gonna leave? Fine. Oh my goodness.
This is the end of the line for you! I'm gonna kick your butt! This is the end of the line for you!
Oh my gosh. Stop charging. Gonna do it again.
One in the bag!
Okay, it's nothing. Okay, bombed. Wow, that's kind of unfortunate that Kevin Hart had to activate out of that thing. Not a very good position one, but whatever. Okay, that was wondering when that would proc. Two. Oh, paralysis. Cool. How did I get hit? You mentioned you don't like swap. Why? I hope they put it in the next game like you have 2 cells to play at your disposal at times. I live by it. It's just like, I don't know, it's just like too much to maintain. Like with, I mentioned hunting horn. Hunting horn, the reason why every hunting horn is viable is because you can swap to the beat of resonance, which gives you an attack buff. But also like Earthshaker and the other like cocoon, the other switch skill is also very good, right? So you have to swap between, you know, the beat of resonance, and then you have to swap to like Earthshaker or whatever, and oh, your beat of resonance runs out. You gotta swap back to that to activate that, and then you have to switch to Earthshaker, and then you switch back, and it's like the loop is a bit too much for hunting horns, and that's kind of why, you know, I'm kind of like mad with hunting horns. I just like don't want to swap like that, you know. Maybe for other weapons, like swapping is okay. Like maybe longsword could benefit from swap because, you know, you're swapping at. You want to swap when you want to like do the special sheath, right? It's like you want to use that move when the monster is down, and that I think is fine. But like, you know, hunting horn, like maintaining all the buffs with the beat of resonance and stuff is just really annoying. I mean, the Sword and Shield doesn't really need to swap. The only way... Well... Yeah, the Sword and Shield doesn't really need to swap. I mean, you could swap between, like, the Shield Bash and the Falling Shadow. I mean, there are situations where sometimes I would like to have Falling Shadow. Most of the time I'd rather have Shield Bash. You could also swap between Metsu and Windmill, but honestly, Windmill is pretty obsolete. Because Metsu is just so much better. There could be times when Windmill may be better, but I don't know, I feel like Windmill is better to, like, you know, you have some non-target monster, you want to ride it, you know, this is a very efficient way to get that monster to rideable state. But other than that, swapping with the Sword and Shield isn't like great. Unless you're like using Melee Hellfire or Dereliction. you just like swap once and then that's it. Or if you have redirection, I mean, you can try swapping and get that guard point. Yeah, but as of right now, swapping for the sword and shield isn't good.
Why, hello. Would you like to try an anomaly quest? May tranquil days return to us shortly. Oh, hey.
Use it for sharpness. Like, I love playing with windmill because I'm just okay with Metsu, so I switch to my second swap when I run out of sharpness real quick until I get my window. Use dash. I'm a little confused. Because windmill has been buffed quite significantly in Sunbreak. Windmill only takes 2 points of sharpness. Right, only the first hit and the 7th hits, or the last hits of windmill reduces sharpness. And it also hasn't been buffed. The motion value of windmill has been buffed a little bit. I mean, most other moves in this Sword and Shield has been buffed, but you know, seeing windmill buffed is actually decent as well. The sharpness buff is the bigger one though. You know, the reason why windmill was not great in the base game is because it just ate your sharpness. You know, it's hard to fit in skills like Protective Polish and Master's Touch in the base game if you don't want to sacrifice too much damage. So even if you're playing an elemental Sword and Shield build, you would still use Metsu because it was more powerful. Well, it still is more powerful if you can get the counter. Also, counters in this game is pretty broken. Every weapon has some sort of way to counter an attack. Right, this game is just like all counters. So countering an attack is really good. Also, Metsu does like a ton of stun. Right, it does like a ridiculous amount of stun. So you can get multiple KOs alone from like Metsu Shorigeki alone sometimes. You can also do the bomb technique with Metsu Shorigeki, which is nice. Metsu Shorigeki, well, also offensive guard now also activates with barrel bombs. That's like actually sort of a hidden buff for the Sword and Shield, right? Because Sword and Shield uses bombs a lot in its like freestyle runs. So the fact that bombs now activate defensive guard is a pretty big thing. And that's why I should have done that. That's why Sword and Shield is sort of like a mediocre weapon. Well, it's like not mediocre. It's like in the middle of like freestyle runs. Yeah, otherwise, Metsu wouldn't be that worth it. Bomb Shorigeki wouldn't be that worth it. Because of the time loss. Yeah. Because of the time loss from having to actually place down a bomb.
Now I'm really angry.
I'll switch builds. I think I'd rather have guard instead of intrepid heart. Embolden actually helps me get better with Metsu, since I'm closer to monster and get better windows for that. I mean, you don't need any levels of Embolden to use Metsu Chorigeki.
Touchdown.
Embolden only increases like right. Like Metsu Chorigeki doesn't depend on your level of guard. You can take any amount of knockback from an attack, but Metsu Chorigeki will always work. It sort of like bypasses that. Excuse me. But something like guard slash doesn't bypass that, which is why you had to build for Embolden as well as guard. Oops. Bot can be really awkward sometimes. Okay, did not mean to do that. That's weird. I don't get that move because sometimes I can guard it, sometimes I can't. The wing slams, sometimes it can be really tricky to dodge. Like I guarded that perfectly. Yeah, I mean, windmill is pretty good now. I mean, if you want to only use windmill, or if you want to try to use both, then that's fine. Yeah, windmill definitely improved a lot. Oops. What's it doing? Yeah, windmill. Oh, there's a monster right here. Windmill's also nice for trying to proc status and dealing some elemental damage. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, kind of a throw of his mount. Ah, come on. Yeah, I feel like I rarely get those roar Mansu Shorigekis these days. Oh, nice. Just right over me.
This one's all for you!
Oops. And a guard slash.
After it!
This should make it good as new.
How did that work? I don't understand. Was it tail plate charge? It wasn't. Oh. It'd be cool if you could Metsu that if you can Metsu the lightsaber attack he does, I think you need guard up.
That's one in the bag.
Alright, you're dead.
Now it's Arsenal.
GG.
We did it! What have we here? Faster, buddy!
How's everyone's Thursday doing? Next week is Title Update 3. Some reason they're releasing it on Thanksgiving Day. Maybe not. So I won't be playing it as soon as it releases, but I'll be playing it definitely the next week after that, 'cause I'll be away. Hopefully we're all excited to fight Chaotic Gormagala. I wonder what's if they're gonna remain faithful to the old weapons of Chaotic Gormagala, where it has that interesting mechanic with affinity. I'm sure we're all curious, as if we do know Gormagala. They never once mentioned what the weapons were gonna be like in the digital event. But yeah, Gormagala, Chaotic Gormagala, the Risen Kushala, Risen Teostra. Their armor pieces could be good. Right now, armor pieces are quite dominated by, at least for me, they're pretty dominated by Violet Mitsune. Violet Mitsune armor is almost like the dragon armor currently. At least for the sword and shield. Yeah, Mitsune, Violet Mitsune and Flaming Espionage are both good armor sets. Probably the weakest piece would be like the chest and the head. So hopefully at least one of the new monsters that's coming will give good headpiece and a good chest piece. So we have to see. Friday here already. Nice. Let's go. Grinding 101 plus takes really long. You mean Master Rank or Anomaly? Yeah, Anomaly research takes a long time to level up. Also, I just realized I'm Master Rank 200, which is nice. But yeah, Anomaly research takes a long time to level up. I'm only level 88. Like, I can't even get the, I don't think I can get the next, right, I can't get the next Anomaly slots. I can't get the 6th one, because I just haven't grinded the game hard enough, I guess. Yeah, I guess I just need to keep grinding. They're adding 2 more slots. And they're increasing the cap to 200. And that is kind of nuts. Yeah, that is a lot.
Bye now.
It's great to see you. I pray that this calamity may soon come to an end.
Lots of grinding in this game. What am I doing? Items are good. Let's just move on to the next.
Shines bright. If anyone can handle this, it's you.
Oh, sweet. Share. All right, let's go.
Yeah, title update 3. Gotta be Master Rank 140 to fight, I think, Risen Teostra. Which is actually really high. And that may be a good thing. But yeah, that is quite high. I'm Master Rank 200, so whatever they throw at us next time, I should be okay. Yeah, I wish they didn't make everything so grindy in this game. It's not really like a fun grind either, unfortunately. Like I kind of stopped rolling for charms now because it's just so boring and tedious. Like even though they sort of improved it, they improved you know, grinding for charms with the melding honey or whatever. But even still, yeah, it's rough. They just don't give you enough. Where's our event quest that gives you like insane like melding honey? They did it for like World and Iceborne. So I'm kind of surprised they haven't done it for this game. So it's just kind of hard to. Yeah, it's just like too much. Yeah, that's kind of why when I recommend builds or like make or post videos with builds in it, I don't have like a unrealistic charm, because Switch players aren't gonna get. Switch players aren't going to like be able to get God Charm anytime soon. Right, getting a God Charm is like 1 in 10 million. So you're never gonna get a God Charm. But you know, it's realistic to have a charm that has, you know, am I dead? It's realistic to get a charm with like 2 level 2 decorations. Like that's attainable. I have like multiple of those. Yeah, but God charms are just not realistic unless you're a PC player and you mod your game. I didn't grab anything from the camp.
Not having any of this. Faster, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, gotta get a mod to get your God Charm. Oops. Whoops. Well, I'm dead. It annoys me when PC player makes it obvious they hack their charm. Well,
I can't believe this.
I'm sure you're referring to speedrunners, right?
Ride like the wind.
Now, obviously, a speedrunner, like myself sometimes, he wants to, you know, maximize your damage. And one of the ways to do that, of course, or the only way to do that is if you get a really good charm. But getting a really good charm is basically impossible. Right? You have to have like astronomical luck to ever get that charm. So you can mod it in, and as long as it's legal, I think that's a cheated charm is fine. Well, not cheated charm. Like a charm you modded in is fine as long as it's illegal. It's possible. Now, where I think speedrunners maybe take it a little bit too far is mods that sort of affect the quest itself. So, for example, you may know that monsters have a random amount of health they could get in a quest. For most quests, especially single monster quests. Right? And the way to sort of mitigate that is to, you know, eat for in this game it's called. In this game it's Dango. It's Dango Weakener, right? You eat for Dango Weakener, so you can get a lower HP roll, right? On average. But you know, if you mod your game to like reduce the amount of health a monster has, it's like a little bit too far. Right, even though it is possible for a monster to have like the lowest HP roll, I think modding it in to guarantee it is like not very in the spirits of speedrunning. Speedrunning, you want to run the you want to run the vanilla game, right? It doesn't make sense to. Right, I mean, you can like mod in or hack in like, you know, perfect RNG, right? Of course, you want the lowest HP roll. But I think that's where speedrunners take it a little bit too far. You know, things that sort of affect the quest like that. Yeah, guaranteed low HP roll, guaranteed spawn location. You know, maybe some of them go as far as like actually changing the AI of a monster to only do specific moves, because obviously certain moves are better. You can punish certain moves better than others, right? Yeah. So I am okay with, you know, people hacking in their god charms. You know, you're never ever gonna get a god charm. And as long as it's legal, then that's good. Well, I don't care. But yeah, don't like have like a don't hack in like a attack boost 7, crit eye 7, 4 slot charm. So that's obviously kind of stupid. Yeah, and you know, this is sort of the reason why I think curious crafting is dumb, because it's adding even more RNG to the game where it shouldn't. Right? It's like almost every Switch user, right? I mean, it is possible to hack your Switch and like give yourself a god charm or whatever, but like for Switch players, you're like basically at a disadvantage to PC players, because you're just never gonna get a god charm. You're never gonna get a good curious armor crafting roll. Curious armor crafting just adds even more RNG to god charming farming, because you're also never gonna get perfect a roll for curious armor crafting. And you have to do that 5 times. Right, 5 times. And even more than that, because you need to do it for each build. So it's ridiculous. At least to me.
Whetstone time.
It should have been implemented better. Like curious weapon crafting is good, right? You can choose what to upgrade. But I think they could have made curious armor crafting way less RNG. In fact, I actually preferred if it was actually no RNG. It would have been more interesting that way, right? Another thing I don't like about curious armor crafting is that you can just completely change the characteristic of a armor piece. So you can take your,
That's my buddy.
and this is why like this is why like for you know like modded runs, right? This is why like the Scorn Magnum Malo set is useful, because you can just get rid of all the crap skills and then replace it with weakness exploit or crit eye or attack boost, right? But still keep something your Mail of Hellfire, right? Yeah, and it just and the reason why it's like that part is bad, it's also hurting like the community, right? The speedrunner community itself is like crumbling because now you have all these stupid categories, right? Like no curious crafting category, and then you have the TA, no charm, and then you have all that. But also, like, from the outsider's perspective, you have a non-insignificant number of people who, they see that you have perfect God Charm or whatever, that's a cheated run. And really, it shouldn't matter. But it's still kind of harmful to the community. Right? There's really no other speedrunner community where people don't like the actual speedruns. It's so weird that like no one hates like the Monster Hunter speedrunner community as much as other speedrunner communities. It's weird. Yeah, very, very strange. Yeah, and really, I don't. This is why I don't like speedrun this game anymore. You get to fight so much RNG. Can't believe I'm surviving this. Yeah, but for me, I just want to experiment more things, and it's just not possible if they add RNG. It's sort of an artificial way to like increase your playtime, right? That was like a problem with Koth Taroth in Monster Hunter World when that was first introduced. Like, oh, you want your heavy bowgun, your spread heavy bowgun? Like, oh, you gotta you gotta farm Koth Taroth like 1,000,000 times. Fortunately, I got that pretty early, that heavy bowgun. Yeah, but like, oh, you want your Koth Taroth blade like fire longsword? Then good luck. It's like that. It's sort of an artificial way to just bloat playtime. Yeah, I just played this game for fun. You know, no, you shouldn't look at speedrunners run. You should be more impressed of like the strats and the technique, as opposed to looking at their armor set. Because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's not all, speedrunning isn't all about the armor set. You know, you also gotta look at, you know, what speedrunners do. And that's, I think, the more important part than the set. Right. No. Right. And I think people, in general, fixate too much on a speedrunner set as opposed to, you know, it's like, wow, they did this when Monster did this. That's awesome. I should implement that when I play this game. Stuff like that. Right. Yeah, my builds don't optimize on damage either. Right, I don't use dereliction because, you know, who wants to play with their health drained in general, just like casually. Like, who wants to have their health drained all the time when monsters hit like a truck in endgame? And you should never ignore cheap defensive skills. Like Defiance, right? Defiance is awesome. I'm just getting destroyed. I'm not focusing. Right, so do you want to build for, you know, Fire Boost 5? Or do you want to build for Defiance 5 and just like completely ignore roars, completely ignore tremors?
There, all patched up.
Like, do you want to sacrifice a level of burst for Intrepid Heart? Right, Intrepid Heart just like guarantees you take half damage on attack when you fill up the bar. Right, and I think that sometimes that sacrifice is worth it. Now, not all defensive skills are good, are equally as good. Like, I probably wouldn't vote for a defense boost. But yeah, and that's just where I'm at. I think it might have been. It might have been one of you guys who suggested to, you know, why don't you using the Silver Rathlow's armor piece for your elemental builds? You know, I kind of want comfort. And Silver Rathlow's armor piece could be like useful if you know, you get a god tier Curious armor crafting roll, but that's just not gonna happen. So I'll sacrifice some damage for. I'll sacrifice damage for like Defiance 5. Defiance 5 is awesome. Oops. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. This bomb's gonna kill. Nope. Thought it would. That would have been funny.
All right, let's see what we have.
What do you think about Flaming Espionage Sword and Shield compared with Golden Sword and Shield? Flaming Espionage Sword and Shield is like extremely good against fire weak enemies. I think Golden Sword and Shield is a little bit more versatile as far as builds go. Just because it has the plus 10 affinity compared to is it plus 10? I think Flaming Espionage has 20% affinity. But it does have the advantage of having a little bit more affinity. So it can make more versatile builds like Guard Sword and Shield. But again, against fire weak enemies, Flaming Espionage just sort of destroys. You know, you're dealing fire element damage as well as inflicting poison. That's a lot.
Chat with Cheech for all your questing needs.
Now that you mention it, I do want to fight a fire weak enemy.
When this disaster's behind us, I would love nothing more than to visit Gamora.
Well, we started this stream with Luna Garen. Let's end this stream with Luna Garen.
Turn to a shore.
This will be my last hunt. I do have things I need to do tonight, so this will be the last thing I'll do. This is my crappy Flaming Espionage Sword and Shield build. Okay, so it does have 15% affinity. My bad. So obviously you just want to go all attack. And that's the only one that's like very at all useful. We got Luna Garen Helm, Archfiend Armor, Violet Mizuzune, Arms, Waist, and Legs. My charm is an attack boost 3 with a level 1 slot. As for the Curious Crafting, what I go for is I usually like to go for a level 1 slot, at least. Because it's easy and you can build for Defiance this way. This one I happen to get like a decent one, right? Fortify is good, stun resistance is good, a level 1 slot. This one, the waste, is stun resistance 1 and upgrading that level 2 slot to level 3. This one, I happen to get Wirebug Whisper, which is very good. The chest piece, I got level 1 slots, paralysis resistance, and stun resistance. Lunagaren Helm is just a level 1 slot. Yeah, it still does decent damage. I mean, once you have an agitator and offensive guard up, you're still doing damage. Burst also helps with both elements and raw. That's good. Yeah, so I'd say it's all around a decent build.
Let's make this a quick one. That takes care of that.
Yeah, I think I just happened to get really lucky with the stun resistance. And stun resistance is actually a pretty good defensive skill now, just because the curious armor, the whatever, I don't know what you would call it, like the curio bomb. You know, when all these afflicted monsters like explode. It's useful for that. You just don't guarantee, you just like ignore being stunned completely, which is good. Yeah, but again, as far as the curious armor crafting, it's like not really much. I just like go for level 1 slots. More maybe? Yeah.
This one's all for you.
Just adrenaline rush procs. I want you to be in your ice form. There you go.
I'm gonna get you!
I gotta preserve some sharpness, so decide to do perfect rush. And he's gone.
After it! Faster, buddy! Whetstone time!
Okay, something happened. What is happening? Okay, that was really strange.
Making steady progress! You do what I say now! Bye-bye!
Wow, that was stupid.
I'm gonna kick your butt! It's angry! This is the end of the line for you!
Again, the weird place where this scream originates from. Oh, there goes my purple sharpness. Oops. There goes my white sharpness. Alright, now I do need to actually sharpen. Whoops. Whoops.
Faster, buddy! Don't let him get away! I'm gonna kick your butt!
Nice paralysis.
Arsenal! You're the best, pal. I'm gonna kick your butt!
They got the special topple. If I get the curious topple here? No, I guess not.
Love you, buddy.
You're probably dead. No. Just barely.
Quest complete! All right, let's see what we have.
Oh, can't make it up there. I'm just gonna barely make it up here. Right, I'm not making up that mountain. Yep. So that'll be it for today. I won't be streaming Puddle Play 3 as soon as it comes out because that's Thanksgiving for me, so obviously I'll be with my family. The earliest time I'll probably get back to streaming is it's a Sunday after Thanksgiving, so probably the 27th perhaps. But yeah, thank you very much for stopping on by and hanging out. I appreciate it. And until next time. Bye bye.